There was a story of Mamdani does a podcast about 4 or 5 years ago. In a podcast, he talks about the fact that the NYPD shouldn't show up if there's domestic violence. Why call the cops when there's a domestic violence call? Cops shouldn't show up because other people should show up. Well, what do you mean? This is literally a story of 5 years ago. Zohran Mamdani said NYPD shouldn't respond to domestic violence calls in resurfaced podcast interview. Can you imagine that? So an idea of domestic violence, a woman's being beaten, no, don't call the cops because they don't know what they're doing. Go a little bit lower on the story. Okay, and by the way, this is not that long ago, Rob, if you can go, a little bit higher so I can read the story. You skipped all of it, yeah. Okay, so Mamdani resurfaced that NYPD shouldn't be responsible for domestic violence calls. The Democratic Socialist said 5 years ago NYPD shouldn't respond to it due to calls to fear escalation. If somebody is surviving, going through domestic violence, there are so many different situations that would far better be handled by people trained to deal with this specific situations as opposed to an individual with a gun who has received quite a limited amount of training in general, but also in regards to specific situation. Do you know what is the definition of domestic violence? Can you go to the definition, Rob, of domestic violence? Just type in, what does domestic violence mean? Okay? What does domestic violence mean? Okay, zoom in a little bit. What it means.
Important.
Domestic violence definition refers to pattern of abusive behavior relation of one partner against someone. Okay, spouses, romantic partners, family members. But types of domestic violence: physical abuse, hitting, slapping, pushing, choking, or using weapons. Okay, now ask the question: what role do cops play when it comes down to domestic violence? What role do cops play in domestic violence? Isn't there the word violence in there?
Yeah.
Isn't violence like something that you call cops to protect you from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And violence means violence, right?
Critical role, by the way.
In responding to preventing and investigating domestic violence, their responsibility can vary by jurisdiction, but generally include the following. Police are often the first responders to 911 calls, 911 calls. Their priority is to secure the scene, protect the victims. They separate the parties. They may help the victim get medical attention, relocate to shelters, other kind of support, evidence collection and arrest. Okay,
we've all seen the show Cops
legal
before
follow-up.
when the cops show
This
up.
guy's trying to be the mayor of New York City, and he makes comments like this. However, there's a city in Florida called Palm Beach.
Oh yeah,
Tom, that wants to cash in on the Mamdani effect. Okay, that wants to cash in on the Mamdani effect. So what is the Mamdani effect? Palm Beach County Business Development Board is actively courting New York City businesses, sending 500 relocation packages to CEOs and executives as socialist Mamdani leads polls with 35% against Cuomo 29, Curtis Silva 16, and Mayor Adams 13.8. The board's president and CEO told Palm Beach Post, the second the results came out, my phone started lighting up. She added, it's a good thing we are very nimble. We can act quickly and strike when the iron is hot. John Boyd, who runs a Boca Raton-based company aiding corporate relocations, warned the Mamdani effect, stating, here's something one of my clients shared. Even if Mamdani is stopped in November, the idea that New York is one election cycle away from becoming a socialist-run city creates an enormous risk for companies. Polls indicate Mamdani leads after defeating Cuomo in Democratic primary. Boyd noted the perception could drive business and wealthy residents to Florida regardless of the election outcome. Tom.
This is wonderful. This is startup mentality and capitalism at work. This is when Pat and I went to a conference that was put on by a business organization. And at that conference, we met the mayor of Frisco, Texas. And by the way, this conference was roughly 1,000 miles from Frisco, Texas. Oh. So it wasn't like he was in his home backyard. Hey, welcome to Frisco. How you doing? Can I get you a beer? No, we were hell and gone from Frisco. But he was saying, hey, we're out here to promote the fact that we have economic development packages, blah, 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 blah. This is also the governor of Texas, Perry, was running billboards in California. Does this state suck? Here's one that doesn't, right? You know, come to Texas. And by the way, they all flipped out. California flipped out because guess what? California may be liberal, but the guy that owned the billboards was a capitalist. You have a check, You have a message? Okay, we have a deal. And so now Palm Beach County is like, well, okay, we have 500 relocation packets going up to people, and we've got the local real estate people saying, wow, things just picked up over the weekend. Guess what? New York is about to shoot itself in its other foot. It shot itself in the foot with COVID and what it did in COVID and how people were upset by that, and people fled New York and left at that time. Now it's going to shoot itself in its other foot because a guy whose religious beliefs are such that if you're involved with domestic violence with your wife, that's okay because you own her. And under Sharia law, I don't have to be subject to a cop.
Wow.
It says, she burnt my toast. You know, one slap, good morning, 2 slaps, I love you. You know, there's a whole rate card here that goes in this.
What you mentioned something about Sharia law. What's Sharia law? I'm starting to hear this thing pop up from time to time. Describe what that is, if you don't mind.
That is an independent set of laws of people of the Islamic faith who believe that, they should be self-governed separately.
Okay. So is there a separation between church and state or mosque and state under Sharia law?
They believe that law is above the law of any jurisdiction they're living in, because the laws of the infidels or the jurisdiction of a country which is run by infidels is second to their laws.
Interesting.
So
I'm starting to hear this pop up from time to time now, the Sharia law thing and this jihad thing. What other countries in the world practice Sharia law currently?
I could, pick any of them that surround.
But Tom, you can be right, because what ChatGPT says is Sharia law is to practice compassion. Go a little bit lower, Rob. No, you just had it.
Where?
Right there. It says it's meant to promote justice, compassion, and moral behavior.
Oh, okay.
It is interpreted differently depending on the country and the school of thought, Sunni and Shia and the legal scholar. So,
which countries are using it the most, Rob?
Can I ask a question too? But can you?
Where did this come from?
The Islamic Republic of Iran uses that. Interesting.
But can you?
There's no separation of church and state or mosque and state.
Is there any state? Is there any?
In Iran.
Is there any?
So are you saying that Zohran Mamdani wants to implement Sharia law and infuse communism in New York?
My wife burnt the toast under Sharia law. You'll find out.
Oh, here it is. In Afghanistan under Taliban control, they practice it. That's nice. Okay. Sudan, where I think, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people
look at
have died
Afghanistan
recently.
Bullet 2. We read that one, Adam?
Yeah.
You're very interested in learning about
Bullet
this. How
2,
about
yeah.
Afghanistan Bullet 2?
Yeah, includes bans on female education beyond grade 6, public beatings, and morality police enforcement.
Oh, they do have police.
Wait a minute. I thought
that's the
ChatGPT
women.
says compassion.
Well, this is compassion. They let them go up to grade 6.
Can you ask ChatGPT?
Up to grade 6.
I thought you said compassion. Does point number 2 on Afghanistan represent compassion?
Yeah.
Let's see what ChatGPT says.
I did have compassion.
I'm
You're
not
lucky
gonna-
I didn't kill you.
And
Guys,
just
I'm not going
FYI
to sit here as a red-blooded American, have you condemn Sharia law.
Well, first of all,
It may come to America.
No.
We better be ready for
No
it.
city is
Vinny,
or ever will be, because
you
guess
need to
what?
be a little bit more
Guess
inclusive
what you have to do? They
and
have
receptive to
the
new ideas.
The Constitution would have to be overthrown.
No, I don't know about
So
that.
guess what?
Why were you?
Good luck. And you know what the crazy thing about all these places, Adam? About all the UK and everywhere? Guess what, buddy? Second Amendment. Nobody talks all that shit and does any of that shit. But listen, little Mamdani with his fake ass smile could talk all the shit that he wants and how Sharia law and all these. No city is there. No, unless they literally overthrow this place. Ain't going to happen, brother.
Why don't Vinny?
We got guns.
Wait,
Why don't you just be a little bit? Hold on.
Are
Why
there
don't you just
Sharia
be
law
a
courts
little
in the United States?
more
Are there?
receptive,
Are the Sharia? What do you mean
Vinny?
Sharia?
Oh, they're in Dearborn and
You're
Minneapolis.
saying it's not possible to happen here?
No,
Is
what
that
I'm saying
you're
Vinny,
is
saying?
why don't
is
you
there
just be
any-
a little bit more receptive
Is there any city
to something new?
Is there any city here under Sharia law in the United States? Is there any city?
What's wrong with it, though?
Rob, I'm just curious. And Rob, ask this: is there any city here, number one, under Sharia law? And what would it have to take to actually have a city under Sharia law?
But what's wrong with it?
No, but I'm curious, Vinny. I'm really curious.
Yeah,
You don't think it's possible for it to happen here
no,
in
I
America?
didn't say, I'm saying it's they. No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is they would have to overthrow the Constitution of the United States.
Ah, you just
Yeah.
get a mayor
can't have
there in
it.
New
So,
York.
that's what
Rob,
I'm
can
saying.
you do me a favor and
Implementing it.
play the clip I just sent you, Rob? Play the clip I just sent you. It's becoming more and more and more evident what the motive
Prohibits
is.
any religious laws from
and trust me, the community that doesn't think it's possible, they will be in 20 years having a very different tone. I want you to watch this here, okay? Go ahead, Rob.
Through Congress. So before it was by the sword, now it's getting themselves into Parliament and then making laws that act as the sword, the Islamophobia law in Canada, M103.
Yeah.
Muslim Brotherhood.
I find that there are only two things which are open to our movements. Ballot or bullet, nothing in between.
I used to say that democracy is haram. Now I say participation in democracy is our jihad. That's our jihad. We're going to fight not through the bullets, but the ballot.
Going to the ballot and voting is now an obligatory action, fard ayn. And it is a jihad that is now needs to be done because this is our modern jihad. You can elect a person who wants the Sharia.
Because in the United States, what we do know is that in the past election, just this last election, there have been over 800 Muslim candidates running for office.
Bingo.
We may end up with about 50 members of Congress in the next 6 years. That's really the essence of dismantling the system of injustice, is to replace it with the people who represent the Prophet ﷺ.
Oh, damn.
What's
That was very aggressive.
Zach wanted to make sure you got the point.
Those are politicians that are running for office in Muslim countries in the Middle East?
And there are Sharia law courts in America.
Where are those people
that are
located?
used by the people of those communities rather than U.S. courts and resources.
But those politicians, I want to be very clear here. Where were those people located? That they were in the Middle East, or were they in America?
Some of the interviewers were in the Middle
that's
East.
all America there.
Oh, that was in America. Okay.
Adam, I'm sensing you're being sarcastic. What
just
I'm
a little
saying
bit.
is anything's possible, but good luck.
Are you trying to tell
Good
me?
luck.
Are you trying to tell me that certain hardcore extremists, maybe Muslim Sharia law advocates, are trying their best to do that in America and in Europe?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
In Europe, they're being very successful.
You're
because-
saying they've done it already in Europe?
In Europe, yeah.
Oh,
Are you trying to tell me there's certain cities
dear,
in Europe
Born.
Adam,
that
what's-
have been
what's it-
overrun
Yeah, but
with
here's my-
extremists?
What's the difference between
Stop it,
what's the
Vinny.
difference
I don't
between UK
believe
and the
it.
United States?
Do you have videos of this?
What's the difference between the UK and the United States?
We got Second Amendment. I don't know.
I know. I guess I'm not saying they're not going to try. Good luck.
But
bring that war to us.
Here's actually what I'm okay with. I'm actually not even joking here. It's okay. They could do it here if we could do it there. So there's a lot of Christians and Jews running for office in Muslim-run countries, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Let me just show you something.
Oh, there's zero?
Not exactly.
There's zero?
Can you show this
Oh.
next one, Rob? Go ahead and
That's
play
a
this
double
next clip.
standard,
This is
if you
from
ask
Muslim
me.
Brotherhood from 1990.
This is
Okay.
what
The same
is the video?
Muslim
Muslim
Brotherhood
Brotherhood from 1990.
that is the...
Okay.
It looks like the same clip.
No, it's not, Rob. Maybe I sent you the same clip, but it's a different one. I'll send it to you. Give me 1 second. So this is a lady from Muslim Brotherhood in 1990 casting the vision. That's 35 years
Did
ago.
let her speak?
You got to give respect to long-term thinkers.
Who, Ilhan Omar?
No, it's the one I just sent you here. No, it's not Ilhan Omar. I just sent it to you.
Rashida
Rob.
Tlaib?
No, it's old.
So this is going to become a real issue very soon because momentum hasn't yet reached levels of exponential growth, but they're going to get there. Go ahead, Rob. Play this clip.
Melting pot. We do not want to melt into American society and disappear. We want to go into American society with Islamic ideals and revamp their thinking. We
Bingo.
want to revamp them. We want to turn them into Muslim individuals. We shouldn't have feelings of distaste for them or intolerance because they're potential Muslim. Education is one of the most important areas that Muslims have to address. And while our objective, our final objective, is not just to become part of the system that we experience now and that we see, our objective, our final objective, is to create our own Islamic systems, and not only create Islamic systems for Muslims, but to look at all the other people who are sharing this country with us as potential Muslims. And in that long-range process of making America Muslim, all of America Muslim, American melting pot, we do not want...
You can pause it right there.
Interesting. So it's almost like they're telling us what they want to do.
Their vision is clear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Their vision is clear on what they're coming.
Do you
here.
believe them, though?
We'll think 35. What was it, 1990? So 35 years later, Mamdani is going to try to be the mayor of New York.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Try to be.
No, he's gonna win.
Try to
I think
be.
he's gonna
He
like
is-
90%.
He's got such a big lead. Is this what is this about?
Mark
Ron?
Halpern stating that Mamdani has about an 85%.
Go ahead, Rob.
That's correct.
President Trump calls him Mamdani the commie. I just want to ask you, shrewd political guy
Mamdani
that
the
you
commie.
are, can Mamdani be beaten here in New York?
Not today. There was some opposition research dropped on him, and if there's something that's akin to a silver bullet against a communist, maybe. But barring that, I think he's got an 85% chance of being his honor come next year.
Wow. All these, I'm going to come to Byron on it in a second. All these, big shots, financiers, are creating PACs, to beat him. But there are some that are sort of sucking up to him also. So it's a two-way street. So does that matter? I mean, you have the New York Post on a daily basis and other publications on a daily basis, heaven forbid, even commentators like myself, ripping him apart, taking him down, and particularly the law and order issue. So, but you're saying right now he's the winner right now. The vote today, Mark Halpern says he's the winner.
Oh, yeah. Larry, you can be really good at making money and really stupid about politics. And I think the fundamental mistake they're making, I've met a donor or two who doesn't know much about politics but think they do. Maybe you have as well. The problem is they don't have a candidate. Tip O'Neill said all politics is local, and people say that's the first rule of politics. It's actually the second. The first rule of politics is you can't beat someone with no one. Sure. Mayor Adams, which is where most of our wealthy colleagues and friends are putting their money, look at the polling, look at the data. These are folks who make money in business looking at metrics and data.
Right there, Rob. You can pause it right there. They don't, they don't have a candidate right now to go up against them. Even Chris, who is the Republican candidate. I'd love to talk to every one of these guys. They don't have a real candidate right now. Curtis Silva, Sliwa.
He's sort of been like an ongoing perpetual
He's been around for a while.
Republican
Yeah,
candidate.
but it's a different story today.
Can't trust any beret.
And Anthony,
Can't trust anybody that wears a beret all day and it's red.
Andrew Cuomo said that he's not dropping out of the race, right?
Yeah, he's going independent.
So he's
Right.
like purposely trying to
He purposely
get
wants to
elect
usher in this,
Mamdani
right? I mean, if you think
elected.
about it, thank you, Adam. Great point. If you're
Well, the
being
only way that
guy,
they're going to win is if it's a head-to-head race.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
is
now you're
what-
going to basically just cannibalize each other's votes?
Yeah, but what is like?
What- is this something
what
that-
is Andrew's goal? Like, what are you trying to do?
I don't know.
Run
Is it-
interference because all you're going to do is help the other guy. You're going
Is
to
this a
help.
message from him?
Yes, this is the announcement yesterday that he is running as an independent for the
Okay.
New York City mayor race.
Hello, I'm Andrew Cuomo.
Hey,
And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that the Democratic primary did not go the way I had hoped. To the
We
440,000 New Yorkers who voted for me, a sincere thank you. Thank you for believing in me, in my agenda, and in my experience. And I am truly sorry that I let you down. But as my grandfather used to say, when you get knocked down, learn the lesson and pick yourself back up and get in the game. And that is what I'm going to do. The fight to save our city isn't over. Only 13% of New Yorkers voted in the June primary. The general election is in November, and I am in it to win it. My opponent, Mr. Mamdani, offers slick slogans, but no real solutions. We need a city with lower rent, safer streets, where buying your first home is once
You
again
can pause it
possible.
right now. You can pause it right now. I'm just, the Mamdani effect is truly motivational energy. The young guys, that are going after, to be run. There's nobody like that they're excited about. Nope. You know what's a great documentary to watch? I just watched Roger Stone's documentary. Have you seen the
I
Roger
saw
on
it.
Netflix?
Get me Roger Stone.
First time I had him on, I watch it, but I watch it again. I think for anybody that has interest in politics, they should watch this documentary. It is such an insightful documentary.
Yeah.
I watched it many, many years ago.
watched
First
it
time I had
twice.
him. Yeah. If you watch it, it gives you insight in the political game as a sport, what it's like. And there's so many lessons in there about the rules, different talents, different individuals. Nothing you see, everything that he talks about, the people have on the Mamdani side, not the opposite side. Yeah. I mean, I had Adams here, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, okay, a little bit more. Can you give me some? It's like, give me some. It was just a lot of, you can tell the answers were the same answers he's given hundreds of times. There was nothing about it where I'm like, I'm going to run through the wall for this guy. Mm-hmm. And you want to see somebody else do it, but unfortunately, it looks like New York is going in this direction.
So neither Adams nor Andrew Cuomo are getting the groundswell support from the people.
Nope. No, listen, let me tell you,
Personality matters. So people like dogs.
Insurance, right? There's a difference in a person that builds like a corporate executive. I'll never forget one time we have a meeting and my 5 new executives that I hired, all C-suite, they all came in and they found out how much my insurance guys were making. And I don't know if you remember this meeting or not. They're like, hey, are we really paying that guy $1.5 million a year? Are we really paying that person $800,000? And they're all making between $200,000 to $300,000, $200,000 to $400,000. I said, yes. Well, I mean, listen, the stuff that we do and and I think this and I think, oh, really? Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay, all right. So you think you guys should deserve to get paid? Well, I mean, maybe not as much, but I mean, look at the stuff that we do and da-da. I said, oh, no problem. I said, let me ask you, what time do you come into the office? 8 a.m. When do you typically leave? If I was to go up and look and see what time you leave. 6 o'clock. I said, you work 8 to 6. Yeah. All right. What time were you here Saturday? We don't work on Saturdays. What time were you at the office on Sunday? What time were you in the office last Saturday? When's the last time you were in on a Saturday? We don't come Saturday. We work Monday. Oh, okay. Let me call a few guys. And I started calling a bunch of my guys. I said, what appointments do you have tonight? What's your last appointment tonight? 10 o'clock at night. What was your first appointment today? 8 a.m. What's your schedule look like on Saturday? 8 o'clock, I start at the office training till 12, and I have appointments all night till 8 o'clock. What are you doing on Sunday? I got 2 conference calls and I got 2 client appointments.
Busy.
I said, okay, how about next week? Walk me. I said, Pat, is everything okay? I said, no, you're good. Trust me. I'm trying to tell the executives here, you're on speaker, what your sales schedule look like. Then I call the next guy, and the next guy, I said, do you guys want to make $1.2 million? Go run their schedule if you want. What's the point here? Cuomo, if he wants to win, he's running like a corporate executive. And Mamdani is running like a guy that's going and winning votes. You ain't going to beat him. Now, none of these guys are going to beat him if they don't run like that. To win an election at the mayoral level, you got to work like a freaking psycho. Day to day, shaking hands. How you doing? Coffee shop. The magic at this level is to be seen at 50 different locations at the same time. You know when was the first time, Tom, you and I were on the phone till 3:30 in the morning when Trump won 2016.
That's right.
And that one time when you're like, Pat, did you see what New York Times just said? Did you see what New York Times just said? Did you see this, Pat? I think it's happening. We're on the call. We're like, what the fuck? Did this just really? You're looking at Trump's face. He can't believe he won.
Yeah.
He's on stage. He's like, I thought I was 80% down today. Hillary was supposed to. The look on his face on stage is the best look on his face because he himself didn't think he was going to be the president. Boom, he's a president. She's conceding. Everyone's crying. It's game over. But there was a moment when I said, this guy's got a chance of killing Hillary. And you know when it was? It was when I saw Trump was doing 6 rallies in a day and Hillary was doing 1 every 3 days.
Wow.
And I watched the way Trump campaigned. I said, good luck beating that guy. Go ahead. Campaign like him. Yeah. Kamala, you can't campaign like him. Hillary, you can't campaign like him. Biden, you can't campaign. The only way Biden beat Trump in 2020 is because Pfizer waited 3 days after Biden went to announce that the vaccine was ready, that the warp speed project that Trump had in place, whether you're pro or not, I've never taken a vaccine, the COVID vaccine. I never took it myself. My wife didn't. Our kids didn't. But that was a big thing that was going on, that the left got the victory, that they got it done. Now, Trump, so many different things could have changed when he lost in 2020. And I know I'm not going to go through the whole conversation. If you want to win it, Cuomo, Adams, whoever, you got to campaign like your life depends on it. You're not campaigning like that. Videos are not going to win elections right now. You got to be seen like you're at 50 different places. Mayor of New York City, let's see who's going to outwork the other guy. The guy's 33 years old, hungry as F, going lights out with a terrible idea, but a terrible idea driven 100 hours a week, nonstop, 24/7, relentless, is going to destroy you. I had a call with a person, a very powerful person at the DOD last week while we're in the Hamptons. I stepped away and I had this call. And we're talking about Reza Pahlavi. Okay, and you know the individual that is trying to bring certain things to Iran. And he said, this is not a job for somebody that has a 3 o'clock appointment to golf every day and a 4 o'clock appointment to play chess with the kids and a 5 o'clock appointment. No. This is a job of somebody that has to be 24/7 full time. This is not for everybody. You ever watch Trump's schedule and ask yourself, do you work like that? The average person, if you watch Trump's schedule, do you work like that? Can you work like that? Do you drive like that? 24/7 cameras are on you, and he shows up in a suit every single time, how often do you wear a suit? The average person listening to this, how often do you wear a suit? How long does it take you to wear a suit? How long does it take you to put on the tie? How long does it take you to put on the cufflinks? How long does it take you? Imagine content. How often do you like to be under limelight pressure? This morning I'm talking to my trainer. He's training a baseball player who was supposed to be a phenom, came into the major leagues. The first 20 games he hit 400. Everybody thought this was going to be the next big star. He trains here in our building. Nice guy, very good guy. You would know who the name is. But the moment he went through a slump, the internet attacked him nonstop on Twitter. And that attack in the comment section on Twitter messed with his head that he got out of baseball. This guy was supposed to make a few $100 million. Got out of baseball. Now, you want to go in the game, Cuomo's got the right pedigree that he knows what it is to get attacked. But if you want to win, you got to get to work. I don't think anybody in New York is going to be working like Mamdani. I think Mamdani is working like his life depends on it. I think everybody else working like
yeah, because he doesn't have another job. He doesn't have anything else to do.
But you have to realize, when you work like your life depends on it, that is a formidable opponent. Everybody else is working like their resume deserves them to be in there. Life doesn't give you the job and the dream that you want based on your resume.
Did you see that clip of? I know you. Did you see it? Kevin O'Leary talking about Steve Jobs' hustle and work,
signal and noise and all that stuff.
How crazy he was like
the
the 18 hours, the thing I sent it to. We don't have to see it.
No, I've seen it. It's a great clip. But the point is, they got to work like that. You don't want to work like that. Like, you think Rogan got up there by luck?
No.
You think Trump got up there by luck?
Nope.
You think Michael got up there by luck? You think DeSantis, who's a governor in Florida, coming up middle, you think he got there by luck? Of course, we know the controversy with he and I. You think he got there by luck? You think Megyn Kelly got there by luck? You think Tucker got there by luck? You think Rock got there by luck? You go to any one of these guys.
Work.
Dude, there's a phase of your life where you're working literally like a slave for a couple decades. Mm-hmm. And if you want to do it again, you got to do it again now. I just don't see anybody in New York that's going to be willing to work that hard. I don't. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah. So most likely, New York, that guy's going to get elected. And guess what's most likely going to happen? You think
mass exodus to Florida?
Oh, bro. But people are like, well, Florida's going to be flatlining and all this other stuff. Here's the best way to judge Florida. If you believe New York is going to change policies anytime soon, don't invest into Florida. Bless you. If you think New York's policies going to continue being shittier, guess what? Florida's still got plenty of room to improve and grow as a economy and as a market. The future looks bright hats that are the ones that never stay on the shelves, and you guys ask for more of this style, is the future looks bright, where the phrase is on the flipping hat. This is now, these hats, when you see these letters coming out, they don't stay a long time. And these new ones that we have, the black, is a navy blue,
that's navy blue,
and white typography. It is absolutely sick. They're not numbered. Well, we didn't order a big supply of them. We ordered a limited supply of them, so it's going to be a first come, first serve. It'll go out. We got the Miami color one. The future looks bright. This one's absolutely sick. When you look at this on the inside of it, Rob, if you can show what that looks like. Right there on the back end, yeah. And then we have another one that's the gray and future looks bright with the American flag. And then obviously those of you that, the community that is just obsessed with the black on black on black, this is the black on black on black, future looks bright.
Well, give me the gray.
We call this the Chicago special.
No, Vinny, give me the gray one.
Yeah, the black on black on black.
All right, thanks. Mine now.
Yeah, the black on black is absolutely sick. But any one of these. So if you're someone that hasn't yet gotten the future looks bright with the phrase on top of it, go get one for yourself, get it as a gift, send it to someone, make someone's day, buy it for your sales team, buy it for your office. We are over 300,000 people now representing Future Looks Bright worldwide, and we're 700,000 away from crossing 1 million.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.